We're Trent Allie, and even though the beginning of plumbing was a disaster,
Oh, look out.
this time it's actually going to turn out pretty well.
We're doing extremely well for how experienced we are.
Or at least that's what we thought.
It's like we tripped a breaker, but it's water. This is where it would pay to be a plumber.
While we're busy building our house, there's been something else going on behind the scenes.
Whoa!
What are you doing? And we've been waiting months for this. Are you freaking out?
I'm just having such a good time.
Subscribe and come along today as we finish plumbing, start electrical, and get some amazing news.
I'm on cloud 9 right now. What's up, guys, and good morning. Welcome back if you guys are frequent viewers, or just welcome if it's your first time here. We've got some stuff going on right now. There's been a cold front that's moved in the past 2 days. It's been between 0 and 5 degrees, which I think is like negative 10 Celsius or some crazy number. It's really, really cold. Our furnace has been running nonstop trying to keep up with the temperatures, and it basically can't. It can like barely keep it at 45 degrees, which is way better than 0. But we gotta go inside, we gotta get a fire started, and I think today, as long as things go smoothly, we could probably get the plumbing supply finished today.
Wow!
Yeah, I'm excited.
But if your aim is straight, and if you're willing to wait, you're gonna get there. Wait and see.
What is Frank doing?
You can tie it up, Frank?
High five.
Wait and see. You'll get there eventually. Don't you try to run away from shadows. They always catch you.
So these TJIs, they have these specific knockouts. They're little holes that are kind of like perforated or pre-cut. So you can bang them out so that you can run your pipes or your wires or whatever through them. And I'm trying to knock these ones out, and they are not coming out. They're like stuck. Not to mention they're like the exact size of my hammerhead. So it's like you just have to get it perfect, and it's being a real big pain in the butt.
At least you have a really professional step stool.
Oh, crummy work, huh? Poor plumbers always having to drill these holes.
If you need a hand, I'm here for you. Walk that extra mile, I would do that too. If the end is near, just know that I got you. I'm your armor when things get tough. Know I got you.
2 pieces of duct in the way.
Oh.
Okay, start pushing. Better rotate it back and forth while you push. It's a pretty intense moment of truth here. This pipe is really flexible because of this device that allows it to spread and contract and go back onto the fittings, which makes like the pipe itself actually very pliable, and you can move it and do a lot of things. Getting it to bend and go onto this fitting is going to be a challenge, mostly because I'm standing on a bucket and kind of maxed out here, but it's the last thing I need to do down here before we go upstairs. I don't want to bring the ladder down just for this.
You want to go up on my shoulders?
I would have a much better bet of getting it in on the first try if I was up on your shoulders, to be honest. If I just give it a couple extra clicks, then it gets really fat, and then it gives you a lot of time to play with it. Feels like it's in. Just gonna hold it for a little while,
Cool.
just to be sure. So we're pretty much done. There's a couple caps we need to put on all the way upstairs, and then there is a lot of mounting. So like obviously this pipe is just like hanging. Need to go and put mounts on all the pipes to make sure that they're all nice and rigid. But I think we're done with the water supply.
It might not be no crossroad, but it's sure enough for far. Like left to LA.
So this thing right here is actually called a strong arm, and it has these supports for the pipe so that you can bend them in a short 90-degree radius like that, and then it gives you a nice firm stub out because you mount these on the 2x4s like this, like your studs. So that gets mounted right there, and then this can join to your pipe, and this is nice and rigid in the wall so you can put an angle stop or whatever you want on there. It's gonna look mighty fine.
How I've tried, written down the words to say. It is time. I've been waiting 5 days to explain how you make me feel inside. Baby, got it all figured out. Wanna do this right. There's no doubt in my mind, baby, you're the one. And tonight I am going all the way.
The good news is that the water supply is going way faster than the drain system, and it seems like there's less things to mess up on, at least from my untrained eye.
Your untrained eye? What about my untrained eye?
I don't know about that.
Ooh, I'm so in love with you. Ooh, it sounds so stupid now. What I am trying to do, what I am trying to do, what I am trying to do is say I love you.
We're doing extremely well for how experienced we are.
So the basement is fully supplied, plumbed. What would you call it? With the
It's
cold
got-
water.
It's got cold water and to
Whoa! What are you doing?
Yeah. The cold water is done in the basement. We've got water to the fridge box, which is for the ice maker and the water supply. We've got cold water to the sink. Got cold water to the bathroom sink down here and the toilet. Got cold water to the laundry. I'm about to stub cold water up to the shower and the toilet, and we're done.
Wow.
Cold water.
It's pretty cool.
No more cold water.
That's fast. So in the meantime, they're gonna keep running these water lines, and I'm gonna go around and finish painting. I'm gonna go around and finish painting up the holes in the ductwork. Dean left us with a little bit of homework.
And it's not even noon, and we're almost halfway done, so mark my words, we could be done today. Find us a Dutch Shepherd.
No.
Yes.
Oh hey, just back to holding pipes while they glue or shrink themselves back together.
The really nice thing about the opener system is there is no plumber's glue, there's no primer, there's no toxic smells or chemicals. It's a very permanent way to connect these pipes together, and way less messy. Nobody has spilled anything, there's nothing to spill, and we can breathe in all the air without having to worry about dying from all these toxic chemicals.
That puppy right there is the last connection in our cold water system. Now, you're probably asking yourself, how come there's a red piece of pipe in the middle of all your blue pipes? Looks like Superman pipe, Superman ice cream. I don't know what it looks like, but it's because that's how short of 3/4 blue pipe we were. Just this well, actually, we have this piece, so we were even closer. We were literally like 2 feet away from having all of the pipe on the first go. Now I got twice as much red pipe because the red pipe we're gonna be doing a closed loop or a continuous loop, or I like to call it a racetrack of 3/4 all throughout the house, and then the 1/2 inches are gonna stub out. We have a hot water recirculator that's gonna keep the water hot all the time. Also, it'll help heat the floors a little bit, but
The cold water's done.
we're done with the cold water. baby.
Nice!
Actually, we gotta do the stub outs upstairs, but
Never mind.
we're close. So for perspective, it's 2 p.m. and we basically just have to run the hot line that comes from the laundry box here down and connect it to the pipe. And then there's three pieces of 3/4 downstairs that need to be all connected to the water heater and connected in a loop. Now we're done. That was like super fast.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And we have thousands of plumbing parts left over. We don't even need, well, there are a couple things that we need, but I'm not gonna talk about it because that's just the theme of our channel lately, is like forgetting everything you need. So we have extra, just keep that in mind. And
We're gonna finish this up.
we're gonna finish today.
Nice.
Blue is the sky. Like the color.
So yesterday was a pretty crazy day, and today we're actually waking up nice and early, ready to hit the road running, and today I'm starting off with my Athletic Greens, and Athletic Greens is the sponsor of today's video.
Athletic Greens gives our bodies the nutrients it needs to thrive. Packed with 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients that focus on immune support, gut health, energy, and recovery, making Athletic Greens one of the most complete products on the market.
We've been drinking Athletic Greens every day for almost a year. I think it's been like 11 months since we've been drinking this, and I definitely notice a difference. If you guys want to check out Athletic Greens today, you can click the link in our description and you get the immunity bundle free of charge, which is a 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs. Thanks again to Athletic Greens for sponsoring today's video. I'm gonna finish my Athletic Greens and we're gonna go and get to work.
Today's the day we're gonna finish water supply. We're gonna move on to electrical, but we have a huge problem. Trent wants a puppy. And he's not gonna let it go.
I would like a puppy, but also I really just think that Frank needs a canine friend to run around in the mountains with. Frank doesn't necessarily get to go and run with all different dogs. He has a couple dogs in the neighborhood that he plays with, but I feel like it would be very beneficial for Frank to have a friend to play with here. And we had some friends come up and help us a little bit with laying out our electrical system, and they were talking to us about Dutch Shepherds. And then it got me doing some research, and now I want a Dutch Shepherd. And they're kind of hard to find, and we're probably not gonna get one, but it'd be cool if we did, and then Frank would have a friend to play with.
I know.
I'm really just trying to sell myself.
Yeah.
And Allie, and you guys. We're prospecting, but just let us know what you guys think. If you guys think Frank deserves a little brother or a little sister that he can play with, let us know in the comments. That is enough talk about dogs for the day. We are gonna put that on the back burner, and we'll talk about it later maybe. I think we only have a couple of things to do. I need to install the expansion tank on top of the water heater. I didn't do that yesterday. We need to install 2 plugs upstairs, and then we just need to put in the insulators and mount all of the water pipe, and I need to do the vent for the power vent on the water heater. As soon as I do the vent for the power vent on the water heater, we can plug it in, we can fire it up, make sure it's running, we can fill the whole system with water and test everything.
I love that you look exactly the same every single day. The only thing that changes is the color of your coffee mug.
Yeah. You don't have a lot of wardrobe choices when you're a construction worker and you're destroying your clothes every day. Like, look at these knees. See those knees? Holes in my knees, I got spray foam on my boots, I got wood shavings in my beanie.
I'm not making fun of you.
Just a dirty guy.
You just always wear the same clothes.
Love you too. So this is an expansion chamber, and maybe a lot of people see these and they don't know what they are, but my understanding of it is when cold water comes into your water tank and it fills up, it's under pressure and it's like at max capacity, and then it heats up, and heat creates more pressure. So to alleviate that and to prevent your water heater from exploding, they basically put this, which is just a big canister with an air balloon in it. And since fluid doesn't compress and air does, the air that's in half of this chamber compresses when the heat creates extra pressure, and so the fluid can like expand somewhere without blowing something up. I don't think they used to be code, but they're code now.
Why isn't that just part of a water heater? Why isn't an expansion tank built into a water heater?
That's a good question. I think because some places you don't need it. I don't know.
Huh.
Because some places fluid does expand or does compress. I don't know. All right, we have come to the moment. We have all of the pipes ran. We have all of the pipes ran to the water heater. I still need to do the exhaust for the water heater, which I'm gonna do probably next, or maybe while this is filling up with water. But we are ready. We've got all the holes plugged. We've got all the stub outs done. All of our valves and everything are in place. We're ready to test it and fill. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Well, here goes nothing. Making a lot of weird bubbling noises. There it is. We can go look for blue pipe leaks now. No leaks. The carbon filter. Let's go upstairs and check out all the blue pipes and make sure there's no leaks, and then we'll open up the water heater and start filling it, and I'll start doing the exhaust vent for it.
Okay.
All right, so we went and checked the entire house, all of the blue pipes, the cold water, none of it's leaking. There's not a single leak, there's not a single problem. I better not jinx myself by saying that, but now we need to actually open up the valve that's gonna allow the water heater to fill. Now, we're not gonna have it plugged in, the gas isn't gonna be on, it's not going to be heating water, but it's gonna fill up, and then cold water is gonna go through all of the hot water lines. Now we need to actually open up the valve that's going to allow the water heater to fill. Now, we're not going to have it plugged in, the gas isn't going to be on, it's not going to be heating water, but it's going to fill up, and then cold water is going to go through all of the hot water lines, and it's going to fill up the system. It's going to be crazy. I'm really excited for this.
This is like way less dramatic than I was anticipating. This is nice. There's no leaks. The Uponor system so far has been really smooth and really fast.
Yeah, really the drain
great.
system is like where all of the pain in the
issues.
butts and the problems come from, and we had plenty of pain in the butts with that. So I'm glad that this is going really fast. It's going to be done in a day or two.
A day or two? I thought it was today.
Yesterday was the beginning.
Okay, today.
A day or two total. Come on.
All right, hit it. Woo. Frank's like, what is that noise?
So we have a hot water, a recirculating pump over here. I was under the impression that it would allow pressure to come by.
You don't think it's letting the hot water tank fill up?
Well, I don't think it's letting any air out. Or letting any pressure out, I should say. This is where it would pay to be a plumber.
I had to say that this was going super easy.
So the only thing I can really think of off the top of my head is that maybe there's some type of check valve that requires the burner in here to be lit in order to allow water to go through it. I'm not sure why that would be the case, but I'm gonna go ahead and open up our gas valve.
Scary.
And obviously the exhaust is not vented to the outside, so we're just gonna do this for a second to see if that's the case and if it needs to be lit to allow water to go through. So I'm gonna plug it in momentarily. Before lighting, entire system must be filled with water and air purged from all lines.
Uh-oh.
If you do not follow these instructions exactly, a fire or explosion may result, causing in damage, personal injury, or loss of life.
Oh my gosh.
Great. We don't want that.
Unplug that.
There's no more water pressure in the water system. Don't boggle my mind like this. It's like we tripped a breaker, but it's water, so how would we trip a breaker? The only thing that this could mean is that it's a huge coincidence that while we're trying to fill up our water heater, the power of the water shut down, or our meter exploded. Like, I don't know what this could possibly be, but it's not like there's a small leak. There's no water pressure.
So I'm checking our neighborhood Facebook group just to see if there's anything going on. And our neighbor from right up the road that we actually pulled out of the Tacoma a few weeks ago in the snow just posted 1 minute ago, hey, does anyone know if the water is being shut off today? Ours is off as of a few minutes ago and hoping it's just routine maintenance. Yeah, me too. I'm hoping it's just routine maintenance. But
No, Trent Allie broke the water system. Sorry, guys. We're just trying to fill up our water heater. Like, literally, what are the odds?
I know.
That, like, the second I open that, and it's like, it's gonna fill now. And so me, not being a plumber, is like, oh, is there some kind of vapor lock? Is there like is there some type of thing where there's air pressure and it won't let the water in? Like, what's going on here? The water's shut off.
We're gonna do a little bit of investigating and figure out if this is routine maintenance or if there's some type of water problem on the mountain. Okay, we've done a little bit of digging and it sounds like there might possibly be some maintenance going on, so hopefully in the next hour or so the water gets turned back on. But in the meantime, that's super funny. We're gonna finish venting the hot water heater and just finishing up a couple little things in anticipation of fully testing the system once we have water.
Moment of truth. Still no water. That's good, but at least I got the exhaust hooked up for the water heater. Now I could plug the water heater in and heat the water.
Oh my gosh, you know what that means?
Washing machine.
Yes! That is exactly what it means. All I want is just an old, junky washer and dryer that we could just use even temporarily to wash our clothes.
It's been a long time since Allie and I have had a washer and dryer.
Let's do it!
Start looking on a Facebook group or something to see if you
Yes.
can find an old used piece of junk. We've spent probably about the last hour putting in the rest of the insulators, getting all the pipe mounted, and we still don't have water. There was some discussion on the Facebook group that they had to do some work on a fire hydrant that was broken or leaking or something, so they had to drain all of the water lines. These are water mains that are like 10 inches and thousands of feet long. So supposedly they've turned the water back on and we just have to wait for it to fill up or something. I don't know. I'm nervous about this, but
I'm just happy we didn't cause this water shortage.
I'm very happy we didn't cause it because the series of events would have led you to believe that we did something wrong or that we caused a problem, but we didn't, I think. I've got everything hooked back up down there, but the water is shut off so that when the water does pressurize, it doesn't just like overflow the house and have a problem. We are going to be running into Home Depot right now because we're going to go and buy some electrical boxes.
It's so cool. While they do a little bit of work looking at electrical and wiring, I'm gonna go do some shopping on faucets. We have vanities picked out, but we need to figure out the rough-in and the faucets that are gonna go in both of the bathrooms. Maybe Home Depot has something we can use. You guys haven't moved.
Have a look at all the stuff we got.
Is this gonna be like plumbing and we're gonna be here every day getting electrical supplies, or is this like the one big time we need all this stuff?
You know, I don't actually have enough experience doing electrical to even make an assumption there, but I have a really good feeling that this is some of the stuff that we're
That's
gonna
great.
need.
Awesome. Let's go. Go get him. Nice, dude.
Whew, I'm really winded from carrying 7,000 pounds of rolled copper into the house, but I think we're gonna switch gears again, away from electrical. We're gonna go downstairs, see if the plumbing is working. Hopefully we can start filling the water heater and testing all of that out. All right, so I'm coming down here into the dungeon. I'm gonna turn on this water and see if we have water pressure or not. Oh yeah, baby. I didn't open it all the way because I'm scared, but. Now we're gonna see if I put the water heater in correctly or not. Now that we know there's actual water pressure going through this puppy. 1, 2, 3. Don't explode. And if you're a plumber and you're upset that I just jarred that open instead of opening it slowly, I'm sorry, I was excited. Plus, nobody wants to watch a video of me going, It's not exciting.
Frank, are you lonely?
Oh,
Do you want a friend? Do you want a, yes you do.
oh, you see how excited he was?
He
He's like,
wants a
Dutch
friend.
Shepherd, Dutch Shepherd, Dutch Shepherd. Tell her, Frank.
It's working.
How exciting. Cool, so we bought some stuff to do something that no one should ever do at home, which is to take some outlets and install them and then power that outlet box with an extension cord from our main service panel. So I think now we're gonna start doing just a little bit of electrical stuff.
What is this called?
Who knows, but we got a spool of wire because it was cheaper. Basically, this is 1,000 feet of this wire, and it was the same price as buying 250 feet 3 times. So like, we got 250 feet for free.
It's our first cut.
Feels good.
Don't stop now, never let this end. For the thrill of it, we can have with no regret. We make out for the thrill of it, mess around.
Everything really went super well today and we got a lot accomplished, and now we're actually heading into town to pick up something that we've been waiting months for.
With no regret.
Ah, I'm so excited!
Oh, it's huge.
It's finally here. Does it fit?
I don't know if it'll fit.
Like a glove.
Oh my gosh. Whew. You guys, we live in the mountains. We don't get good cell phone service. We've had to get satellite internet and it hasn't really been working very well. So recently we qualified for something we thought would take years to reach us.
So this is actually SpaceX's Starlink. We are selected to help test out the beta program.
Are you freaking out?
I'm just having such a good time. Basically, they sent us this so that we can help them test the system and make sure that it works before they like offer it to the public. That's like what a beta program is. And it's a huge relief because it takes us like 2 or longer hours to upload a video. Now we have internet at our place, but it's not great. And this is going to change everything. We finished the plumbing, we started the electrical, and Starlink got delivered. I'm on cloud 9 right now. If you guys enjoyed coming along on today's adventure, make sure you show us by giving us a big thumbs up on today's video. Consider subscribing to our channel if you haven't already.
Thanks again to Athletic Greens for sponsoring today's video. Click the link in our description to check them out.
And we'll see you guys on the next one.
Adios.
Me and you, both speeding, my heart is racing, but I'm not sure I wanna